Hey guys, how about that? We had some technology problems right off the gate, and you know what that means. We're going to have an amazing show. I was just laughing in the green room with my guest, my very good friend, Action Jackson from 103.3 and 95.9 Earth FM. We were saying, you know what? It's so funny about 2020 and with the COVID and all of those things that those of us in the media, we're being thrown behind the scenes instead of just in front of it, in front of the camera. And so I'm over here clicking my buttons, trying to get my face to show and get on with you. And I couldn't do it. But any hoozle, any weenie, here we go. It doesn't matter. This is the Tipping Point / Upstate. And I am your host, Joanne Johnson. And as I've said, tonight I've got an amazing show. I have got my friend, Action Jackson from 103.3, 95.9 Earth FM. And I know that you know him. I know that you love him. He is amazing. And we are going to bring him right on in. Hi.
Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Well, I'm better now. I just got the sweat going on. We were just laughing about this in the green room. Reggie,
Yes.
We were saying, you know what? We're not behind the. Well, you're behind the scenes with the radio. You and Craig are.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm in front of the house kind of a person, and I'm over here, and I had got this new computer, right? And just for the filmings and stuff, and it's so sensitive that when you touch it, if you don't touch it in the exact right spot, it won't give you what you need. So I'm thinking I may have to give this one to Jillian and get a different computer. So
It's not a Mac, is it?
it's not a Mac. It
Okay,
is.
good.
What is it? It's a Lenovo, and I just got it
Oh.
on the fly because I said, well, I need to have a different computer to do these things, and we've got the everything around me, all the lights, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
But it's so sensitive, it just fries me up. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here. I'm so proud of you. You always got your hands in so many things, and it's like you move from one thing to the next, and it's always working for you. I am so proud of you, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, I wouldn't be me if I didn't have you on this show. You've been on my other show number of times, which I love, and we'll talk about that later. But you and I are not strangers. That is for sure.
That is for sure.
We have been doing some stuff together, on scene and all of that kind of stuff for years now.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's hilarious. I'm just going to say, let's just talk about it now. When we're talking about the show, Good Mood, Good Food, and we are out of production right now. We're still running our reruns, but you have done many episodes of that where you co-hosted with me.
Yes. And it was a lot of fun. And you took me back to a place in my childhood when I was in high school. We did it at a studio here in Greenville, Channel 16, WGGS. Yeah. I worked there when I was a junior in high school, and I haven't been there since. So when I went to do the first taping with you, I stepped into that building and I just transformed 40 years back. Oh my God, did I say 40 years?
Yeah.
That just took me way back, and that was a nice remembrance to do that. But we had a lot of fun doing Good Mood, Good Food.
We do, and we will be going back into the studio, just so you know. So you need to stay sharp on your cooking skills.
I am definitely doing that.
I know you are. Because I see all the things you're grilling, and that was, of course, we'll talk about radio and everything, but let's just get into it because you are the man who cooks, and you give me
you say that like I'm a professional, but I am not a professional at all. I'm just trying to learn. I'm a single man, and I have to cook because I got to eat.
I know, but you do it well, and you give me a run for my money in the kitchen now.
Oh, no. Joanne, you're a chef. You're being too kind, but thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to put people to the challenge because you and I did this once before, a couple years back. We asked everybody, if I remember correctly. Now, I have been hit in the head, so who knows? But I think this is what happened. My daughter accidentally hit me in the head with a commercial break. Okay. No, she did. And it was not on purpose. I mean, well, it might have been, but okay, I don't think so. It might have been. Anyway, but we asked people, what do they want to see us cook in the kitchen? I want to do that again, and I want you to pick something the next time we go back. And I told that to Tone too, because he was on last week. Yeah. And because we have you guys. For those of you who maybe haven't seen the show, Good Mood, Good Food, we have Cherie Taylor and Barbie T, Miranda Assan. We've got Tone Hollywood, Aaron Michael. Craig Diebold. I mean, Craig's been on numerous times with me as well. Craig
and I are partners now. Gotta love
I know. That. Well, I know you are, and I remember the day.
Yeah,
so, I remember.
It happened through you too. It was because of your show that we got together.
I know. I remember, and that's one of the best moments on that show. It might make me start crying, but it was this is the thing that happens on that show. It's a secular show, even though it's on Channel 16, which is a faith-based network. But we chose Channel 16 because they do a phenomenal job of production,
Yeah,
and they put out a quality show. And that show is on every Saturday still on Channel 16 at 11. But the things, Reggie, that happen on that show behind the scenes, we saw people getting saved behind the scenes. We saw people crying, people laughing. Do you remember? I'm not sure if you were on that one episode, Action, where they there was a musician, because we bring on bands, y'all. We bring on bands, and my co-hosts are always radio personalities or actors or actresses, and we feature comedians as well. But there was somebody that was on the set, and they hadn't talked to their father in 6 months to a year. I mean, it was crazy. They were estranged. It was not a good relationship. And we were there, and we went to do what we do at the end of the show, the motivational minute, right? Because I'm the motivational chef. And we did that minute. Whatever it was that was said, the lead singer of that band went home and called his father. Okay. Wow. Now listen, he called his father and they made amends, and his dad died a few days later.
Oh no.
Yes. I'm telling you, on that set, amazing things happen. Relationships are formed. Relationships are mended. We're putting out great food. It's hilarious. You almost have to wear a Depend to watch that show, right? Because we're laughing so hard.
We do a lot of laughing. Yeah.
We do. We're eating really well, but we're slapping each other with chicken. I mean, it's an amazing thing. So anyway, I went around the whole thing to talk about that because you just kind of triggered me. And the show's about you tonight. But when I get to talking about the things, I sometimes just feel led. You know how I am. Yeah. But you and Craig, and we're talking and stuff, and then what happened?
Well, the first day we were taping the show, you had Craig and I scheduled back to back. We were taping different episodes. So I have just finished taping my episode, and Craig was on his way in to tape his episode, and we ran into each other in the hallway, and we got to talking. And I'm just like, hey, if you got anything coming up, hey, keep me in mind. And it started there, and we did episodes for probably that whole entire year. And then the following January of 2019, I get a call from Craig out of the blue and said, hey, I've got something for you if you're interested. And he was like, I need a traffic reporter. And I'm like, traffic reporter? Yeah. And I'm used to being on the air and having my own show. And I was like, traffic reporter. I'm like, okay. And as soon as he said it was full time, I'm like, I'm in, and it started from there. And then as I did the afternoon traffic, I was doing morning traffic with Bill Love in the morning, and then afternoon traffic on Craig's show. And he slowly just started working me in his show and just bouncing things off of me more and more until it's become what it is today. And it's hilarious. I've never had so much fun doing a radio job that I have doing with Craig and at 35M. Those guys are phenomenal. They've treated me so well, and just a blessing that I've ended up there. It's like a rebirth of my life and my career.
See, and I love that. And Bill, Bill's been on my show a number of times too. Yes. I mean, they're all just great. But I love that story, and I love how it happened. And you are so good on that show, and so good for that. You and Craig. I mean, I thought Craig and I were funny on TV, but oh my God, you two together. I'm like, you know what? This is awesome.
I never would have imagined, and the chemistry that we have, it was just natural. And he had an idea of what he was going to do. I had no idea. And so it just kind of blossomed into what it is. And it's so much fun. It really is. I've been doing radio since 1986. I've always had fun doing it, but this is the most fun. I laugh so hard every day. Yeah, and you can't beat that. You can't beat going to work and laughing till you're hurting inside.
No, because laughter is good medicine. And you guys are really exemplifying that whole thought process of when you find your passion, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
And people are responding to you guys too.
Yes, it has taken off like wildfire, and is being well received across the upstate. And people who are not able to listen on radio are listening on our app. And the app has become a huge tool to reaching a much bigger audience than we're capable of reaching. So it has worked out great. It really has.
Reggie, talk about the app. So how did they get that? What is on the app? What's about that?
The app is an extension of the radio station itself. No matter where you are on Earth, you can listen via the app, and you can get the app by texting the word Android or iPhone to 844 Earth FM. That's 844-327-8436. We'll send you a link to download the app, and then you can listen. But it also has useful information, links, concert information when we were having concerts back in the day. Remember concerts, Joanne?
I remember how many my husband Jeff won too. The seats.
Yeah.
So we did not get to see Patti LaBelle. Bummer.
I know that was a bummer.
What's going to happen?
Huh?
Is she going to reschedule? Do we think?
That was the word when she canceled that she was going to reschedule. But now, I mean, the COVID has been going on for so long now. You don't know when it's going to actually get to a point where we can get back to normal. So the plan is that she's going to reschedule. We just don't know when.
Okay.
Yeah,
because that's going to be a phenomenal show.
It would be a phenomenal show, definitely. But yeah, once you send text that word iPhone or Android to 844 Earth FM, we'll send you a link. You can listen anywhere you are on Earth, and it's a fantastic tool when you're on the go.
So if people need to do that, they also need to tune in. When do they tune in to hear you?
Craig and I are on every afternoon from 3 to 7. I come in a little later, about 3:30, get set up, start doing traffic. My main job is traffic reporter. That's what I do. I let you know where the accidents are and where to avoid. And so 3 to 7, Monday through Friday.
And I appreciate you because you just got out of the studio with him and we were live at 7 o'clock. I mean, so we had a little bit of technical thing. We were like 1 minute late because this show airs at 7 to 7:30 Monday and Wednesday. So I appreciate you buzzing out of the studio the way that you did.
Oh, no problem at all. Anything for you, dear.
But I want to go back to your early days in radio. So where did you start and how did you start?
There was a station here in Greenville called WHYZ. It was the first urban, what we call R&B soul station. Played R&B and soul music. Listened to it growing up as a child. It would sign off at sunset, and then we would have to switch to another FM station to listen the rest of the night. But I remember my mom taking me there as a child, and I'm looking, at the DJs through the window and thinking like, I would love to do that one day. And it just kind of stuck, got into photography. Photography led to video. Video led to TV. TV led to radio. And back in 1986, I'm working at a video store. Remember Pickle Flick Videos and all the video rental stores back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
1986. I'm checking out this guy with his videos. And of course, I got to talk to him. So as soon as I open my mouth and ask him, did he find everything he needs? He goes, man, you got a voice. You ever think about doing radio? And I start laughing because I had just gotten out of school the previous year studying broadcasting. And I'm like, well, that's what I went to school for. And so his name was Rocky Valentine. And he set me up an interview. And he was working at the station at the time. And he set up an interview for me. I went in and auditioned and got the job. And it went from there. I left HYZ, moved to Charleston in 89 and worked a year. And Hurricane Hugo brought me back home. And I started working at an FM station called Z104. And that led to 107.3 Jams. And that led to B93.7. Then that led to Magic 98.9. And now here I am at Earth FM.
So you're really living your dream. You really are. You thought about this as a kid. You knew what you wanted to do, and you're walking in that.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing radio or TV, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's a good question. I've worked in hotels. I did hotel management, a small stint in between a couple of stations there. There's no telling what I would be doing.
It's hard when it's so in your blood like that.
Yeah, it is. And I've tried I've done several jobs, of course, and was never really truly happy until I started doing television and radio. Yeah. I started out doing television, started working at Channel 16, as I mentioned earlier, when I was in high school. So I was in the production crew, part of the production crew, running the cameras, doing the sound. And when I went to college to study broadcasting, that's when I made the switch to radio. And so I've done other jobs. Other jobs were great, but this just wasn't my passion. And so, when I was in the hotel industry, people kept telling me, you need to be back on the radio. You're not happy until you're on the radio. And that went on. And then when I got laid off, I was like, this is my chance to get back in. And thanks to, a couple of people over at Magic 98.9, that gave me my second chance at my passion. And I'm truly happy and blessed.
And you've got such a great voice. I mean, everybody knows that, but it's funny because my husband, Jeff, and you know Jeff well, but it's funny. He goes, Reggie even makes the traffic sound good. you know,
I've heard that before. Yes. When I first started, I had a couple of the listeners call in and said I make traffic sound fun. And I'm like, how do you make traffic sound fun? I don't know, but I appreciate that. Tell Jeff, thank you.
Yeah, I will. And you and Craig, now you guys are going to be everywhere when COVID lightens up, because you were before.
Yes.
You guys are going to be out there and you're doing a lot of stuff in the community.
Yes.
Talk about a little bit how it's been with COVID. I mean, I'm assuming things are closed down slightly. They've tightened up a good bit.
Yes, everything. We haven't done really much of anything since COVID hit. And most of our staff is working from home. And it's just, pretty much the air staff that's in the studio. So even the offices are quiet and the hallways are empty pretty much. But, we've just been able. Our goal is to make sure we provide the information that the community needs during this time and any time. That's what radio is all about. It's serving the community, providing the information and a little entertainment along the way. But we make sure that what's going on, especially with, the COVID and everything. So we make sure we keep everybody updated. We were prepared to broadcast from home, Craig and I, and we just realized that the show was not going to work with us at home. So we decided that he and I would continue to work in the studio because most everybody else is at home, and we felt like we would still be pretty safe. So our main goal is just to make sure that we are providing the right information so people know what's going on and give them a little entertainment, a little distraction, so that we can lighten things up. And that's what we do.
Well, that's what happened with this show too. It was interesting because when it first began, it was all about legislators, and the governor and lieutenant governor was on quite a bit, and unemployment. We had, of course, Jamie Suber from Atlanta. All of these people in the school district. We were trying to do the same thing, just with video, and bring out as much information as we possibly could. And I too, going into it, we were halfway into it, and I just felt like we need to light things up a little bit.
Yeah.
People are getting too serious. There's need and there's cause to be,
right.
But
right.
It becomes so heavy. And as we started to walk further into this, depression and anxiety were increasing. And I thought the same thing that you did. And I would have people say, oh, I'm so depressed. I'm so this, I'm so that. And what people like you and I, we start cracking jokes, and that's how we get through stuff. And so I'm like, well, let's bring on entertainers and game changers, and then the show became national. And then we have people internationally who are watching us, but it's got a lighter format than it did before.
That's great. That's exactly what Craig and I decided. We were started out heavy, providing all the updates and all the new case updates and all that, and all the business updates. And we realized that they can get that information anywhere. And we have a news talk station within our group here in Greenville. So, we always often promote that station as well. If that's what you want continuously, you're welcome to switch over to that. We give you all those updates. We try not to get political. We try to stay away from politics. And so we decided that, okay, we could give you a little tidbit of information that you need to know, but we're here to entertain. We're here as a distraction. So we're here to help you get away from all of that. Realize that life is still good. Life is still happy and fun. And we can still have fun even though we're going through this pandemic.
And that's the one thing that people can't get everywhere else is that brevity, that levity, that fun, that interaction that you and Craig have together. And people need to laugh. And like we said in the beginning, laughter is good medicine. And Reggie, they've shown studies where people who were very ill, and even with cancer or anything else, they put them in a room for just weeks on end with nothing but positive affirmation and watching comedy movies and watch how they heal.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And we get calls like that every day of people saying how we've brightened their day and how we've provided a distraction from what's going on, and how we are able to get them through their day, just making them laugh. They feel like they're the day is going bad, and they wait for 3:00 to come, and they know that it's going to be brightened with laughter. And we get that all the time, and it's such a wonderful feeling. It
I
really
love
is.
that so much. And that's accurate too. That people really do. They wait for that. They want that. They're yearning for that. And
Right.
like you said, they can open a newspaper or they can listen to a news broadcast. And yeah, we're going to
Mhm.
give you guys a little bit of the serious stuff, but then we're going to move on and we're going to do some inspiration and some laughter. And you're going
Yeah.
to walk away going, I'm not really sure. And this is what we said on the set of Good Mood. I'm not really sure what I just watched, but I love it and I want more
Yeah.
of it. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what I just heard, but you guys are awesome. That's what we hear.
Yeah,
That's what we hear.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and Craig, I got up with Craig, and he's supposed to be coming on the show too. But I'm sure he's going to come with a warning of some sort because you know how it is when he and I get together. So it's good fun. It's good fun. But what's next for you guys with all of this? As we're beginning to come out, what's going to be next?
Well, that's a good question because we really don't plan anything. We hope we can get back to normal and get back out in the community and have some events. We did do a Veterans Day thing where the veterans, we provided free tacos for the veterans. We held it outside where people could literally drive through. Now, you know where our building is. We got that overhang that looks like a little drive through.
Yeah,
And so we invited a food truck, Mexibilly's food truck to come. They spent the day at the station and they handed out free tacos for the veterans.
that's awesome.
And they were just able to drive through and pick up their taco and keep moving. But a lot of them got out and hung out, and we all had our mask and we tried to social distance. And so we were able to do that for the veterans with COVID. Hopefully we can do some more things once things get a little better. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a turnaround for all of this. But really haven't been able to plan anything because you just don't know how long this is going to go.
I know, but you know what? A lot of time when we don't plan it, it's always better because we're not in control of anything. You and I
Right.
know that we're not in control. And anytime I try to be in control of it, I mess it up any darn way. So
Right.
I'm just learning to sit back and be like, okay, God, whatever your deal, you show me
Yeah.
what you want.
And that's Craig's and I show in the afternoon. We don't plan a thing. We don't sit down and say, okay, let's do this, let's do that.
Right.
We sit down, we hit the mic button, and whatever comes out, comes out.
That's why I love it. That's how I roll. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
And you were talking about the social distancing piece of this too. And for people who don't know, I mean, Craig's over here. There's a glass between the two of
Yeah.
you. You're over here,
Yes.
on the right of him. It's completely safe for you guys to be there together.
Yes, our famous quote is that we are 37 feet apart. He's in his studio, I'm in my studio. There's a studio between us.
Yes.
But there's all encased in glass, so we can make eye contact, and we use a lot of hand signals so he lets me know what I need to be doing through hand signals.
Yes.
And but yeah, it works great. It really does.
All right. Before we go, one last thing. Tell everybody again when to tune in to see you. And then the last thing is, what would you tell everybody a word of encouragement going out of 2020?
Okay, you can catch Craig and I in the afternoon. It's Craig in the afternoon, along with me, Action Jackson, every weekday, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. And we hope to make you guys laugh. A word of encouragement is to just have faith. Have faith that things are going to get better. We're going to get back to normal. Live life. Just because we have to social distance or be careful where we go. If you choose to wear a mask or not, that's your decision. But live life. Don't stop living. When you stop living, you stop living. Everything's done. Don't do that. And just be encouraged and have faith. Things are going to get better, no doubt.
Amen, my friend. They are. I am so glad that you came and spent some time with me. Make sure that you come back, please, and let's not be apart too much longer. It's been way too long since you and I have been in the studio together. But I will call you. We're going to get back in the studio hopefully soon. Be thinking about a recipe. Okay.
Oh, I got several in my head. I just did a quiche earlier this week.
Oh.
I did mini quiche. I've been wanting some healthy breakfast because I've been hitting the fast food places too much. So I made these little mini quiche in muffin pans, and it turned out great. So I got a couple recipes. I'm ready to go.
All right. We're going to do it. All right, my friend. I love you. Merry Christmas. I will see you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys, that was awesome. Again, Action Jackson from 103.3, 95.9 Earth FM. He is on every Monday through Friday with Craig Diebold. It is a fantastic show. Make sure that you are tuning in. He's amazing. I'm stumbling on my words. I just get excited. I haven't seen my friend in so long. I just love and adore him. And he's a good person. He's got a great heart, and he's just wonderful at what he does. And I know that you enjoyed that interview with him, and you could see his passion for what he does. I want to move real quick, you guys, to the local lookout. And let me just look to the side here real quick, because you guys know I'm doing my own technology. I'm not great at it, but really quick, we have a few more days for the Duke Energy Festival of Trees. Now, the Joanne Johnson Media Foundation is the recipient of that if we win. So the BNI Golden Corner chapter was very gracious, and they selected the Joanne Johnson Media Foundation, should they win, to be the winner of the money. And I'm excited, because what that means, that helps us to get back into the studio for Good Mood, Good Food, for Empower Your Body, Empower Your Mind, which is my morning show on Saturday. Also, it helps the Tipping Point, but very importantly, it helps with our outreach, which is called the Voice of Hope, which helps to assist people to overcome adversity in their lives, specifically women whose voices have been silenced. We're going to be talking about that more at the beginning of the year. This is such a wonderful thing. There are so many people who are going through so much junk right now, and we want to continue to be there to help them, and we need your help. So make sure that you go to Duke-Energy, and I'm going to try to put it up here on the ticker, Duke-Energy.com/Festival of Trees. Make sure you vote for tree number 2. Tell your pets to vote, your neighbors, the people you like, the people you don't like. We need your help. Everybody share it and vote for tree number 2. Okay, that's enough of a shameless plug. Now, Wednesday coming up on the Tipping Point, this Wednesday, 2 days before Christmas, is comedian Mike Brody. He is fantastic. Whoop, I put up Heath Harmison. I'm lying to you, because Heath is not coming just yet. Okay, but I'm excited about that too. But Mike Brody is coming, and I'm going to play a clip from Dry Bar, which we do have their permission to play all Dry Bar clips. But this is Mike Brody. For those who don't know him, let me pull him up really quick. He is hilarious.
So I joined a gym, but this time I joined a hardcore, expensive private gym because I thought it would work better. It didn't. I'm more of a YMCA guy, you know. That's my speed. I like it when the trainer's like, there's the stair stepper. Think about it. Non-committal, you know. This was the total opposite of that. It was like too much. You ever been to one of those gyms where you look around, everybody's just etched out of marble? You know, they all look like they power walked from Peru for fun, you know. And I get there and I'm like, what are you guys working on? You're done. Just lay down forever. You've done it. You've completed the mission. I, on the other hand, first day at this fancy gym, passed out and threw up 3 times while unconscious. Yeah. And I don't remember any of it because I was unconscious. Actually, I remember the beginning. I remember the trainer being like, all right, dude, I'm going to start you slow with some burpees. And oh boy, it got dark.
All right, that is Mike Brody, you guys. I'm so looking forward to that. Also, we want to thank all of our sponsors: Color Street with Jennifer Hagan, Staples of Seneca, Good Gravy, let's see, Divine Digital Memories, the Wahala Performing Arts Center, and Lake Kiwi Radio Online with Jazzy Jeff Bright. You guys, we have the most fun on this show. Again, thank you for joining tonight. Look forward to next Wednesday with Mike Brody. Thank you to Action Jackson from 103.3, 95.9 Earth FM. It's been a glorious night. I love you, and I will see you Wednesday.